Hello and welcome to this episode of Frack The Canon. This is the oh my god, look at my double chin. Ew. Uh, this is the from home episode, as you can tell. I'm René from my bedroom, and this is CJ from his bedroom. What is up, brother?
What's up, buddy? What is up?
How you doing? How's
Got
it?
that early morning flash gear on.
I can see that, dude. Speaking of Flash, two flashes have crashed on Infinite Earths. What did you think about that? Just jumping right in it. I'm just jumping right in it. Frack it.
Okay, all right. We're jumping right in. All right, so we're talking about Crisis, I guess. Freaking the Flash part on Crisis on Infinite Earths. That that cameo really floored me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that cameo floored me. Like, you said you got spoiled by it, but I didn't get it. I didn't catch any spoilers from it. I went into it blind, and now we talked about this. I love that cameo, but that cameo was in the worst episode of the entire Crisis. Like, in my opinion, like, I did not like that episode at all. Like,
that was the only cool thing about that episode was that cameo. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of dope. You're bringing in the two Flashes finally, but
right. And it's like, I mean, on the one hand, it's like, to what end? You know what I mean? Like, but on the other hand, it's really cool that WB, like, this company that has DC properties,
mm-hmm.
and is famous for, like, not using them to their fullest extent. You know what I mean? And here they go and do something like this, which on another hand, that, like, we didn't really think about before, or maybe I didn't think about before. This also reaffirms, because the Flash movie has been in kind of
limbo.
You know what I mean? Like, it's been in limbo. No one's, like, they're losing directors. It keeps getting pushed back. This, on one hand, kind of reaffirms, like, hey, no, this is still a thing. Like, Flash is still a thing.
It's still happening. It's still happening. But hold on a minute. What I'm getting from that.
Yeah, I mean, which I guess, you know, when you look at it like that, you can be like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of a statement, you know what I mean, on their part, like, you know, we will get this together, like, kind of in the midst of all this, and, you know, in the midst of our, like, crumbling Justice League universe, you know what I mean, like,
That's right, huh? Because Batfleck's gone, Superman's gone, so it's only Wonder Woman, Flash, and Aquaman. That's what happened to Cyborg? What happened to his movie?
Yeah, what happened to Cyborg? But no, I mean, but yeah, exactly. Like, they're all in limbo, and it's like Wonder Woman 2 is not going to address Justice League because it still happens before Justice League. So it's like,
it's true, huh?
You know,
yeah. Is that this year?
You know what I mean? Like, what's up?
Is that movie this year?
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit! I forgot. That's right. I forgot about that. Oh my god, I'm excited for that movie. Okay. So well, now that we know that, that's all right. So Crisis. All right. So overall, we'll go to Crisis. What did you think as a whole? As a whole of that movie, what did you think about Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Okay, so, like, on the whole, like, I mean, I don't know. On the whole, I thought it was, like, first of all, the most epic thing they ever accomplished.
Okay.
I commend them from that. You know what I mean? Like, they did it bigger than they ever could have, and in my opinion, bigger than they probably ever will be able to do again. As well, like, I do not see them, maybe like 5 more years down the line or whatever, if they're still a thing. You know what I mean? They can pull another big one like this, but, like, you know, next year we're not gonna get another, like, Crisis 2 next year. You know what I mean? We're gonna get, like, some dinky. It's gonna be probably more like Elseworlds was, I feel like, next year. You know what I mean? But on the plus side,
would you say that this is their end game? This is their version of Endgame?
I would say that this is their version of Endgame. Like, I do. It has some parallels, I feel like, you know what I mean? And some, like, maybe even intentional. But it's their version of Endgame. It's like the closest thing to Endgame they were capable of doing. And it was epic. It's just, you know, they're doing it on a TV budget and schedule, and it's like, you know they can't give you the same results that Endgame can. Like, never in a million years. But You know, they would have to devote significant time, and I'm sure they could do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like each of the shows would, of course, suffer because of that. And you know, maybe who's to say that each of their shows didn't suffer because of it?
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
But
sorry.
what did you think about it? What did you think about it?
About Crisis?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Overall, it was fine. It was fun. It's always CW. It's always this dramatic, borderline melodramatic thing. The thing I enjoyed the most personally were the cameos. Were Robin 66.
Holy crimson skies of death!
Were the dude from Batman 89.
I hope you're watching, good guy.
The one that I truly enjoyed was Tom Welling and Brandon Routh as Superman. But I'm like, you already see Brandon Routh as Superman, kinda. But I really enjoyed Tom Welling, and I really enjoyed the Flash cameo. Was cool, but to me overall, it was fine. It was a clusterfuck for the most part to me. I'm like, wait, what's happening? I did get lost a couple times. I'm like, wait, what? But to me, the cameos, and it was mostly my favorite cameos was, like I said, Burt Ward and as Tom Welling. But yeah, I would like the cameos. Overall, the cameos, Instinct, the cameos is what I like the most about Crisis.
I got you. What you said? You said you got lost a couple times. What left you?
All right, the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor. I'm like, wait, why are you guys doing this? But then I wasn't watching Arrow, and I didn't know that was an Arrow thing. That he showed up with Arrow or whatever. I'm like, you gotta do this. You gotta find the I gotta find until the Paragons, and then I got lost when I inferred that dude became the Spectre, but only because I'm like you said, I read it online that he becoming a Spectre, but I'm like, I did not get that at all when I saw the actual show. I'm like, wait, what? Why is he? I just thought it was a Monitor thing that he was kind of saying goodbye to his friends.
I feel you, and like you're right, like because they never say, "Hey, I'm the Spectre now," or even describe what it is that he is. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So like because I'm waiting for them to say, because like you said, I read something too, said like he was going to become the Spectre. And then, knowing that character, I knew when it was happening. I'm like, oh, okay, now he's becoming the Spectre. Like, but I'm still waiting for, because I still don't know much about the Spectre. I know what who he is. So I'm waiting for the series to explain, what is going on here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they don't. So it's like, okay, so I just assume you're something comparable to the Anti-Monitor then, I guess, because they were fighting in the end,
Right, that's kind of, I mean, that's what it was. I'm like, wait, I guess that's what's happening, but I'm not, again. It took me a minute, because at the end of the day, I'm just like, well, the last two episodes to me were the worst of the episodes. Not worst, just really, really boring. I'm just like, wait, what? Why? I got confused.
No, I feel you. Those were definitely the weakest of the 5 episodes, I felt like. And part of like episode 4, one of the things I didn't like about that was actually the cinematography of it. Like, there were a lot of these straight on shots, and I feel like maybe that was because some of the actors couldn't be there together.
Right.
So like it feels like there's these like straight on like POV shots, like, and they're like scenes between two people talking, you know what I mean? And like I get that for the Flash one, right? You know what I mean? Like, but they were like, I don't know, it just felt like a lot of the episode was shot like that, and it like was bugging me.
I didn't. Yeah. So for the Flash one, to me, it makes sense because it's two Flashes meeting. That makes sense. But yeah, everything I didn't notice that until you said it. Yeah, there were a lot of dead on shots. Okay, yeah. But alright, so I guess.
Well, what's up?
No, your turn, sir.
Well, overall, it was like it was cool. You know what I mean? There were moments that I thought were pretty epic, and I liked them. You know what I mean? Like the bait and switch. I don't like that they baited and switched us, but I liked that moment in the series, in the show when
what part was that?
The Barry prophecy, Flash vanishes in Crisis.
I have faith in you, Tina.
Well, the truth is I have faith in you, too.
That pissed me off to no end. To no end. Because we've always seen it. Barry Allen from Batter Dice. I'm like, he said of Barry Allen. I'm like, read between the lines. That was the biggest frack you I felt. I'm like, because it's setting up that he's going to die. But we know he comes back in the comics. So I'm like, your thoughts. You're the bigger flash than I am.
No, exactly, because it's not... Because it's not like I would get it if like this is something new,
right?
Like, this wasn't something that like they just came up with. You know what I mean? This wasn't a plot device that just got introduced at the end of last season. This is something that's like been there since the beginning of the series,
right?
That like in the time vault you could see that Flash vanishes in Crisis. You know what I mean? And this is something that like more than just them were aware of. You know what I mean? Like Eobard Thawne, who's from the future, like it was aware of this. You
right?
Know what
yeah.
I mean? Like it's like this is not something that's new, and then you use this thing to like subvert it. Like it makes it so cheap. You know what I mean? It's like no, what? Like this is something that has always been looming.
Right.
Like over the Flash. Like so like. That's kind of why that makes that cheap, because it's like, no, I could see if you just came up with this for Crisis. You know what I mean? But no, like this has been, you've had this over our heads for the last like 5 years, Flash?
Yeah, 5 years. It's
5 years? Yeah. For the last 5 years, you've had this over our heads, you know what I mean? And to do something so cheap at, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know, that there is like kind of annoying. Now that moment itself, I really liked though, in the show.
It was cool. It just like, it should have been Skinny Barry, not old Gary. Barry.
Right, you know what I mean? Or something more deserving. You know what I mean? Something a little more deserving. Like, of, I don't know, like a better bait and switch then. You know what I mean? I don't know, like a better bait and switch.
Yeah.
Or just bring him right back. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he vanishes. Yeah, just so it happened. And then, like, freaking, you know, I don't know. So, they have the freaking Book of Destiny, you know what I mean? Like,
that's true. That is true. Okay.
Bring him back, you know what I mean?
All right, here's something that I'll tell you that I was surprised with was Lex Luthor. John Cryer's Lex Luthor. I mean, to me, my Lex Luthor was Michael Rosenbaum. To me, he was amazing. But his Lex Luthor was one of the best things I've seen in a while. I'm not a big fan of Lex Luthor. As you know, we're Marvel fans more than DC fans. But his Lex Luthor was fucking, fracking amazing. What did you think?
Well, as you know, we've discussed, I had the pleasure / annoyance of watching, of leading up to this, you know, binge watching all of the shows that I had let lapse for a while, you know what I mean? Like, because, you know, I'm a superhero fan, but, you know, I had kind of, you know, gotten, you know, over most of the CW shows, so, you know, I hadn't really been watching them. But then Crisis, like, really interested me.
Right.
So I was like, you know what, let me just, you know, I'll go back and, you know, catch up or whatever. So I did have the pleasure of seeing John Cryer's Lex Luthor in Supergirl last season, because when he was added, the episodes that he was in, like the quality of those episodes were much better than the rest of the season.
Interesting.
And so it wasn't just that he was good in it. It was like the writing was better. You know what I mean? Like to accommodate him being in it, maybe. I don't know, but it was the story that he was involved in was interesting, and like the direction they took his Lex and the direction he took his Lex was interesting. You know what I mean? Because at first it was like it was almost like an acquired taste. Like because at first like I didn't know how to feel about it. I was like, what is this is different, like, than what I'm used to, on all fronts. You know what I mean? Like, but I like it, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, once you
Okay.
about it, you know what I mean? Once you kind of like explain to me, oh, okay, this is who he is, and this is what makes him bad. Okay, cool. Like, I like that take. I got it. You know what I mean? All right, this is what makes him a threat. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Like, but yeah, I really liked his take on Lex, and I really liked what he brought to Crisis. Like that, like the end of episode 3, like when he takes over Superman's body or whatever, or not
Right.
takes over, when he replaces him. Like, as the paragon of truth, Lex Luthor, the paragon of truth.
That's an oxymoron of everyone.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, but like when that's like one of my favorite moments in that whole like crossover. Like, I thought that was awesome, and the way like he just nonchalantly just like steps onto the scene, like, oh yeah, all right. Like,
Cool.
So what are we doing, guys?
So, Kraz on Infinite Earths, in your thoughts, yay or nay?
What? You gotta go deeper.
All right. So, if you were to recommend it to someone to view it, would you give them a yay or a nay? Pass on it or watch it?
If you are not into the CW shows, it's not gonna do anything for you. Now, if you've been watching them, like there's nothing to watch it. You know what I mean? Like, if you've been watching them, if you're into them at all, like, it's the most epic thing they've ever done. You know what I mean? Like, so it's, if you're into that, it's a worthy crossover. But if you're not into those type of shows, because it's still very much a CW show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta keep that into account. Like, it's still on the CW, and they make a very specific type of program. And so, like, if you like that, then, you know what I mean, it's cool. It's, you know what I mean? Or if you can deal with that or whatever, you know what I mean? It's fine. It's cool. It's cheesy, you know what I mean? Too.
It's fun,
like,
right?
You know, it's fun. It's fan servicey, you know what I mean? Like, but, you know, I like that kind of schlock. You know.
Okay. All right. I like that. So, I think we get some time left. How long have we been recording for? 20% of my battery. We got this. Let's. All right. So New Year's. Go ahead. You got it. The floor is yours.
All right. So here's a question I have for you.
All right.
Who is we like the big two, right? We like comic books of all kinds,
Right.
but the big two are the only ones that matter. Everyone likes to say other things. We're Image and Dark Horse and who? Shut up. All right.
Yeah. Shut up.
The big two. All right.
Right.
Who is going to win? Okay. Well, first we'll do movie. Second, TV verse. Right.
Okay.
Who is going to win movies in 2020?
All right.
Marvel and DC. Let's lay out the slate first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. So the slate is that I know is Black Widow and Eternals, Marvel wise, right? DC wise, it's Wonder Woman, 84, and what else? That's all I know.
Birds of Prey.
I keep forgetting that movie comes out this year at all because I don't want to watch that movie at all. So, see, movie wise, I think it's gonna be a tie because we have two women. You have Black Widow and you have Wonder Woman. Black Widow is a little bit late it's long overdue, a little bit late. Wonder Woman 84. Was that book come out last year?
I believe so, yeah.
The Eternals, I've never given a frack about cosmic Marvel at all. As you know, like I'm a Daredevil, X-Men, Spider-Man kind of guy. Cosmic, never. Actually, no, never. But so that's why I can't speak for them. And then that cast, it's a great cast. I mean, they got Salma Hayek, they got Kumail Nanjiani, they got I don't know who else they got, but they got a bunch of people, like big ass names. But again, I just don't give a frack about the Eternals at all. And then Black Widow, you know, stick. All right, what do you think? What do you think? Who do you got for movie verse wise?
I think that it's going to depend on the outliers. You know what I mean? I think.
Ooh, interesting.
Because by all accounts, from everything that I've seen trailer wise of Birds of Prey, like it doesn't look like something I'm interested in. Like it does not look like something that I want to see at all. But like, you know, trailers don't make a movie. Sometimes trailers can be indicative of what the movie is, but sometimes movies can be completely different from what the trailer indicates.
Right.
And it might be an awesome movie. You know what I mean? It might be an awesome movie. I don't think it's going to be. But it might be cool, right? It might be good, right? Like, now here's the other thing. Cause see, I kind of, when you say you're tied, like I feel like that is Black Widow and Wonder Woman, and I do agree with you on there. Yeah. I think those are going to like hit as big as each other.
Agreed. I totally agree.
And I think Wonder Woman has greater potential, on both ends. Mm-hmm. Greater potential to succeed, greater potential to fail, critically and like how people and box office wise. Well, I don't think it's going to fail box office wise. People are going to see Wonder Woman, regardless of if they like it or not. they're going to see Wonder Woman. And Marvel has a built-in audience enough that, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people are going to see Black Widow. I think a lot of people are even excited about it, and the trailers look...
No, my grandma knows who freaking Black Widow is. And then again, you know, because it's me. I like that suit. It was great in that suit.
Oh boy. Leave it to a Batman reason.
All right, but
but I think it's gonna be up to the outliers, right? Because nobody knows anything about Eternals, like anything. I mean, people know. There are people who know stuff, but yeah, the average man, you know what I mean, like doesn't know anything about Eternals. So like that could like knock it out of the park, or it could be a complete flop, as well. It'll be a flop, but you know it. I don't know. So I think the war for the movies are going to depend on those two movies. And yeah, I don't think DC's going to take it with Birds of Prey.
That movie, that's a great cast. You got Margot Robbie. You got what's her name? Ramona Flowers. She'll be Ramona Flowers.
Helena something.
No, that's a character name. No, what's the actress's name?
Oh, I forgot.
Ramona Flowers.
Mary Elizabeth.
Yes, Mary Elizabeth. Yeah, that lady. They're fine. They're all great actors. They got Ewan McGregor. They got Obi-Wan in it too to be the Black Mask. I'm like, you guys are going deep cuts. I just don't give a fuck about this movie.
It's like I like most of those characters too. Like I like Black Mask. I like Huntress. I like.
Isn't Cassandra Cain in this movie too?
Yeah.
She's a cool character too, but I don't know if. Yeah, that trailer does not do it for me at all. I have no interest in that movie at all. I'm probably gonna end up seeing it because it's comics.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I will definitely see it. I don't know if I'm gonna go see it, but maybe I will.
Alrighty. So I think that's all I got. Is that this year? I think this year they're bringing out. Is it Frack? Is it Winter Soldier? Falcon, Captain America, and the Winter Soldier. Is that this year? I don't know because I'm just catching up on the Mandalorian. I just saw them. I'm just catching up on the Mandalorian myself, and that is amazing.
Yeah, I like Mandalorian myself. I haven't finished it.
Me neither. You know what? I have my handy dandy.
No, I'm trying to find out what's good. I can't find.
Let's see. Let us see.
Sorry, we can cut all this chuffa.
Oh, we will. Oh, we will.
Because I know Loki's going to be coming soon, too.
I think that's this year. Lion King's out. Dude, I'm doing a blooper reel. I'm doing this is gonna be.
That's fine. Yeah. So it says Falcon and Winter Soldier 2020.
Okay. When do you know when it? Do we know when? 2020.
It says fall.
All right. Is that our first? Is that our first Disney Plus Marvel show?
It looks like everything else says 2021, but I don't know how old this article is either.
You know what? I'll just go to IMDb.
This article is from November.
Oh. November. All right, this just says 2021 too on IMDb. Oh well then. Que sera, sera.
So we'll get Falcon versus Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier this year. Yeah. Oh wait.
What's up?
Well, no.